Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. I hope you're doing good. It's been rather intense. So the 5-5 gateway was total liftoff. The total reset of our blueprints has been completed and is going fully online. So what I've been shown is that, and it was really also part of the activation I did in the group call, and also for those that took part or those that still want to take part, the details are below. It was really, really powerful. So I'm glad I didn't pass out literally, because as I was getting ready, so I set the field up beforehand, so over an hour beforehand, and then I could already feel the intensity, and I think many of us could feel. And as I was coming online, I was getting a huge activation and plasma wave came in, because mostly what I transmit, as well as now, and especially when I do anything live, especially the group calls and activations, carry a lot of frequency with them. So basically I was hit and I had to lie down. And I started doing the activation lying down. Nobody could see me but hear me. So that was extra powerful. And then after a little break, we went into a second activation. So really what happened during the first one was a full-on Kundalini, or rather a Kundalini activation, which is the extended Kundalini currents of the threefold founder flame. So the threefold flame, as some know it, or also the tri-wave, the Trinity wave, which is basically unifying all the dimensional layers and levels, transcending them, and connecting us to the Godhead. So, and the threefold founder flame, and three meta layers and levels, and again the Godhead, God, heart, and mind. And so that has also triggered, first of all, our full heart awakening. So the supernova of the heart event, or heart mind event, has been fully lit. And also the planetary Kundalini and core, and really fully merging, unifying everything right now physically. So especially between the masculine and feminine, and meta and anti-meta, this is playing out hugely. So we're really bringing in all the higher dimensional layers and levels and spiritual into the physical, because the heart complex in all layers, levels, and dimensions is clearing and healing fully, which is clearing fully the astral, also through the divine union of the divine masculine and feminine, and the return of the cosmic mother and father principles and energies. All the invaders are being fully evicted now. So negative aliens, AI beings, anything AI, the whole false matrices, AI matrix, it's fully going down. This is it. That's all I can see, really, for over 2 weeks, but now this is fully it. And so huge light body activations, and they're going to turn all the way up, and us all the way on. Also in May, you have the electric peak. So it's always one of the most potent periods, along with the Lion's Gate, which is the magnetic peak. So you have a lot of light body activations coming in anyway. And this is the full conclusion of everything as I'm seeing it. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. See for yourself, what are you seeing inside of you? What is happening? Because the whole cosmos is in there. So also, it truly is. Because there is no local universe. There is no real universe, okay? Cosmos, it's all imagined. Everything is projected, everything. However complicated you want to make this. I'm going to leave a couple of videos below that may assist. The one on the universe isn't real. I haven't actually watched, just like 2 minutes, but I'm guided to share it because I think it's going to be good. Again, you know, anything and everything I share, take what resonates, leave the rest, and make up your own mind. That's so important, okay? We all need to be fully sovereign here. We cannot blame anything or anything outside of us anymore for where we're at. Although we all felt very stuck because we're all interconnected, so it's both ends. But you get me, it's like, I mean, there are so many layers, obviously, to this whole ascension process, but all I'm seeing is through the divine union that's happening ultimately within, it's then shifting the universe out there, because again, it's a hologram, okay? So it's not real in the sense of not as, you know, it feels all very physically dense. And that's the whole thing. It shouldn't be that difficult. It shouldn't be that heavy. It shouldn't, like, we know the same as impatience. As multidimensional beings, we know that anything we could, you know, imagine is ultimately already created. So it's like, why is this taking so long? Literally. So after the activation, I mean, which literally almost knocked me out. So that was intense. I did call forth my divine masculine energetically to help me anchor this and telepathically, and he did attend, and which is why that was also, I believe, so potent. And it's really what we're doing right now. We're really like physically merging the masculine and the feminine and matter and antimatter universes and matter. We're fully rebirthing through the divine feminine within us all reality, the whole cosmos, a total cosmic reset, which is now being physicalized and completing as I'm seeing it and being shown. And I feel many other can feel the completion of the divine union process, which is ascension, which is polarity integration, which is us merging all of our multidimensional aspects and reclaiming all of our body parts and clearing out all of this astral shit and AI, which is done. And toxic thought forms, the karmic shit, miasma, it's all done. It's just the last little bit evaporizing. Yesterday, I could also feel like a lot of kind of old karmic relationship stuff, like because we have recreated, you know, often what's also holding the twin flames apart is all karmic kind of residue, because that's literally what we're clearing. So all the fallen timelines, realities, and then also karmic relationships. And energetically, they're sometimes still held in our field as, again, memories. So all of that has been clearing, and I mean, we're good to go. None of this is linear anymore whatsoever. Our light body, diamond rainbow plasma, Aurora light body, and orb bubble, travel Merkaba vehicle, the Krystar SAphiRA, the new androgynous blueprint, is fully igniting. Fully. I hope you can feel this. If not, seriously, check out that call. And so there were two activations. One is recorded on MP3, the first one not, because it was, I couldn't record it. I just had to flow with what was happening, which was pretty intense. It's really powerful. If you want to have your Kundalini, extended Kundalini activated, this is the activation, and help to do this within the planet and cosmically. So also to return you to your true self. Then was the second activation. And clear all that you're not. This will really help you. If you can't afford a 2222, and it's really worth it, just send me an email to Ramona Lapin, one word, @hotmail.com. The email is also below. And I'm also leaving again the activation that I recorded with one of my group container goddesses, which is the return to the beloved, which is really potent. And I know it's recorded from a feminine perspective in a way, but it's like the feminine within us all, because we're rebirthing as an androgynous energetic blueprint while still in feminine and masculine bodies. But it's like the feminine within us all is rebirthing creation, which is kind of also rebirthing the masculine as the Kryst child, as the Krystar. It's all one. She's also rebirthing herself, again, within the Holy Trinity as the divine masculine, feminine, and Kryst child, which is embodying the both as the new second coming of the Christ, cosmic Christ, Kryst-ed SAphiRA, Crystal Sophia, androgynous Albion Lightbody within the planet. It's all the same, interconnected, however you want to call this. And it's really all right now about transcending all compartmentalization, all dogmatism, all polarity, all attachments, especially to the material form, to the material world, which is part of the illusion, and you need to keep reminding yourself that it is. And we're quantum aligning with our new earth realities, which are fully online. It's here now. You need to just keep tuning in and withdraw your attention from the illusion and or see it for what it is, to keep dissolving it. And any freaking moment now, the pole shift will have totally completed in the activation. Again, in between, I think the two are at some point, I can't remember when. I could literally feel like the planet shifting, the poles shifting, how they're supposed to. And this is completing now. Again, it's also the feminine returning to the supermagnetism. So in general, again, within us all, full surrender, let go, all attachments to specific outcomes, symbolism, objectification, dogmatism, opinions, belief systems. Let it all go. Totally surrender to source, all of you, your heart, the mind to the heart to source, all of it, all of you. Whilst you still continue to listen to your divine guidance. But the guidance comes from the beingness and emptiness of letting all of that false ego self go. And what you think you know, what needs to happen, how it's going to happen. Just know it's done. Keep aligning with your already ascended self, the diamond avatar, which is fully igniting with the light body, ours, and the planet. We're here. We're here. We're at home. Especially now, true self, a lot of solar activity is about to hit us, already is. There's a big, massive double M flare going on right now. I do like them. I think it's Earth facing. I don't know if it's a CME or just a solar flare. We do have a lot of, from the other bigger M-class flares over the last few days, a lot of geomagnetic activity about to hit us. And this is the perfect storm. All I see is this is it. Again, also the electric peak, I believe it starts around the 11th, 10th, 11th, to fully blast us. So, but this is all now just a big ride. So keep just floating, whilst you're also fully connected to the crystalline core, through your heart and source. Imagine a big diamond rainbow plasma white pillar of light all around you, plasma light, fire, water, okay? Fully connecting you to the crystalline core, through the stargates, to source, and down through into deep space. It's all clearing. Keep seeing it cleared. Keep also, you need to seal your own container as the divine masculine and feminine come to divine union, balance, harmony within. And that seals your container, and that births the divine Christ child forth, which is now ready to play and co-create, and literally it just ignites new earth. Because we already have built it. But you also need to follow your guidance on how to quantum ignite those realities. Again, I shared more in that group call. It's 3 hours, 3 minutes and 30 seconds long with 2 activations. I think they went around 1.5 hours or more. And also, if you want to work with me more closely, check out the group container link. At some point, I will shorten that a little. But it's all encoded, everything I speak, and it's beyond the language again. So what I transmit is mostly frequency. And the cosmic staff and rod have been lit. So it's happening within our own light body, because the masculine and feminine, so the feminine is the staff, the masculine is the rod, but they're really unifying as one. And this is also connected to the poles, having 4 poles instead of 2 on the planet. which is usually the case for Kryst-ed planetary system. Anyway, and our eternal life lotus flower configuration that's has been fully lit and ignited. And now we are running the threefold flame and the tri-wave currents of the new diamond grid of the new Ascension Earth grid fully now 24/7. So, and any moment now. So basically the masculine and the feminine meet in the heart center, like is the case of your own inner Merkabic like cross field where your Merkaba kind of meets in the heart. And what is ignited is fully our crystalline diamond heart, the spark within our hands, the crystalline core, the Kundalini, and this is now basically fully completing our collective awakening and ascension and remembering, because we're fully connecting to the cosmic history records, Hall of Records, and it's really being ignited from within our DNA, which is also being ignited through us running these currents, which is the natural currents, not the old bi-wave currents. And this is also completing the shift and the flip of the magnetic field, which is not natural, and returning us to Mother's supermagnetism and shifting the poles. So there's a lot happening between the twins. There's a lot of longing. It's just like, I mean, after the activation until like kind of late Saturday evening, and I was also on a 3-day fast, which wasn't just a water fast. I did coffee and miso soup. But anyway, but I didn't eat for like almost 72 hours, but it was, I think I was about 6 hours short, roughly. Anyway, where was I getting with that? So yeah, so after the activation until yesterday evening, and then I stopped the fasting also, and there was a lot of peace, and it's still there. So there's a deep 0-point field embodiment, fully being anchored through the threefold founder flame and tri-wave. So it's also us running the rainbow rounds. Anyway, so I can't remember now where I was getting with this. It's us also embodying the Holy Trinity, divine masculine, feminine, and child. It's divine union. I mean, it's here. We're here. We're here. Oh, so, okay, the twin flames. A lot of longing in the field. So first it was bliss and a lot of peace. Love bliss, the love bliss wave is here, and it's gonna, like, I once had a preview of this, and it's just gonna blow your mind, and obviously hard, and it's already happening. So it's in full flow, it's been fully lit, it's going out, it's all happening, completing, I believe, within days or weeks. I don't even want to cancel, clear, delete, no more linear. Okay, it's done. I mean, that's all we need to quantum merge. That's a quantum healing. Okay, quantum merge. Quantum. But yeah, there's one more activation happening. I don't know how it's going to come about, when it's going to come about, what's going to happen, but we'll see. Again, embrace the uncertainty. Nobody's supposed to know everything. This is all being co-created. It's all flowing with the energies, as well as being really grounded and anchored in your body. Okay, fully safe at home now, within your true self, within your heart, in true self-love. Okay. You love who you are, you love what you're doing, you keep aligning with this, and this will bring you home. Like, just keep following your heart, your guidance, your intuition. And it's like, literally, like, just naturally, okay? Just be natural. Just forget. Like, just keep connecting through your heart to the truth. Keep asking for the truth, and you will be shown, okay? Crystal clarity is coming in. The astral is fully clearing. All the confusion, all the attacks. We're here. We're home. Okay, we're home. We're home. We're home. So full self-love, self-care, full attachment to outcome, especially with the twin flame journey. But as you get there, so after the blissful everything, oneness, yay, then comes the clearing of the separation. And it's been like this all like, oh my God, okay, why are we not together yet? So why are we still doing this? And it's like, just like, okay. And just tension, just like, we're here now, we're like, let's burn down the fucking matrix and like, let's do this, okay? Let's do this, please. Because it's here now. I mean, it's us all about reclaiming our power, okay? This is now what's coming is massive solar flares as well as geomagnetic activity, solar winds. It's the perfect storm, the perfect cosmic quantum shifting weather, and it's happening. And we need to fully surrender, don't know what's happening, and just whatever, okay? But it's just, you just need to go through. The one thing I learned with the whole twin flame journey is it's an accelerated path to ascension, okay? And you just need to generally feel it all. You can't get this wrong, just feel it. Just don't suppress, just feel it. Go with the flow, follow the breadcrumbs, follow your heart, follow your intuition, and it will guide you home. Boundlessness, follow love, divine love, and keep deepening into that. And it's happening inside of us. Ultimately, so we're no longer waiting for anything to happen outside of us. But if we do, it's fine. Don't resist the resistance. Don't resist the longing. It's just, you just need to feel it in order to get out the other end. I'm not enjoying this. I'm so over this. It's like, let's burn this fucking face to the ground. It's just not real. Space does back to source. Okay. It's like, let's do this already. So we have reclaimed all of our power. This is just a residue clearing. It's all perfect, as well as, oh my God, let's just get this done. Okay, it's both ends again. So we feel everything, the intensity, because it's this intensity, this pressure cooker energies again, and you can feel it from both sides. And you just like, in the neutrality of knowing it's just the last bit clearing, however intense it may feel, but you're really doing it within a 0 point field. It's just like, you just know we are home, we're here, we're there. And it's all an illusion. We have made this all up, and the twin flames bring this all back home, because this is again where the container, the cosmic monad, the tribes, the families, fell apart, really, over belief systems. That's all this is. It's a fight over consciousness, war, consciousness, over belief systems, over frequencies, over realities. It's all the same. So all I can see is they're physically merging matter and antimatter, spirit and matter as one. And again, you're feminine within you, because we're merging everything. It's like we're fully separating and merging everything as one at the same time. That's what it feels like. That's the intensity. That's what I'm tapping into. So it's like you need to come to full oneness from within for this all to be birthed from within you as the one. And however that then comes about. And again, we still need to follow our guidance, because we're still merging all of this in the physical. So it's not about us just meditating. It's also just keep looking after yourself, especially the physical, and keep, kind of anchoring it, integrating it all into your physical reality and body, and merge all of these realities as one. Because we're not trying to get away from the physical, we're trying to bring it into the physical. Okay. And basically rebirth it, though, from within that space of the receptive feminine who's dreaming all of this into being. Again, as one with the masculine. Because it's the words which get us all, divided and separated and all of that. And past, present, future, and man, woman, and them, us, they, and me. So it's really the Holy Trinity is the Holy Grail. It's the threefold founders, like the original founder races, twin flames returning fully. It's basically us fully remembering our ascended master level self already. because it's quantum. So it's your diamond avatar self coming fully online, your crystal body coming fully online, the diamond rainbow plasma light body, it's coming fully online. Quantum stuff. Just can't see it yet. But any moment now, you might have noticed a lot of activations, galactivations, crystal palace activations, thymus, pituitary glands, thymus and hypothalamus, pineal, pituitary glands. It's like all coming on up, okay? And your cosmic remembering of what truly happened. And once you remember a different past, where this invasion never happened, as if it never happened, but with the lessons learned, our present and future changes. But it will just be a constant now. And it's very impermanent. So that's why also being non-attached to the physical is so important. So right now, just clear any survival fears. Remember, you thinking, for example, that you need to work hard in order to make money is a belief system that makes it so. So you now knowing that all of these belief systems are done with, and you really need to tune into the new, where anything is possible in any now moment and there are no limits. That's you now co-creating that reality and bringing it online. Like it's, again, your deepest held belief systems and expectations of your reality, which is co-creating it. But the thing is mostly that has happened through unconscious, subconscious beliefs and thought forms. So that's why it's so important to make the unconscious conscious and resolve all the traumas and wounds, which has had us recreating and looping in karmic storylines, although it's more than just looping, it's just going deeper, really. Everything is really divine. 232, it really is. Like everything has a higher order to it always, because everything is being played and is source. There's nothing outside of this. Even those disconnected from source and AI, at the highest level, it's still source playing out a drama. So there's never any fear. I never had any fear of us going down an AI timeline. Because it's just not really plausible at the highest level. Not that you can't lose certain areas of reality and go back to space dust, which is happening, but that's happening with the foreign realities. So anyway, I also posted earlier a post with excerpts from Ascension Glossary, and it was about the two suns, because I did get a message about a week or two ago that the two suns will shine again soon, as one, really. And this is really very much related. If you haven't seen it yet, look it up on my social media sites or the community page. Because I think it will trigger remembering, because we're all part of this, and it's very much connected to the twin flame journey and the ancient love story that we are remembering again. Because the twin flames had to resolve all of this karmic stuff in order to be able to come together again. So it's like we've been hopping around almost on different planets, in a way, different versions of Earth, different timelines, to resolve all of them, collapse them, rectify, because all timelines really are, again, it's consciousness, which is your DNA blueprint. So all we've been doing all this time is correcting DNA blueprints, correcting consciousness through experiences. So we need to make the wrong, bad decisions in order to learn. You know, everybody has done stupid things and done bad decisions, you know what I mean? I mean, we've all been there. So it doesn't matter when you've done them. You know, that's the thing. We also need to see the whole consciousness, no matter where anyone is. It's just like you in different kind of time zones and different bodies in a way, okay? Like we've all been, or like you need to kind of see yourself in anyone, or can be able to, because it's like, if you can't, you might need to live that reality, that embodiment, because you have some judgment, which is ultimately what karma is. You just need to imagine, like, how can a person become like this? You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you need to have them in your reality. It just means that you integrate them that way, because what we're doing is we're merging shadow and light, and we're releasing, you know, all of these archetypes of the Godhead, and we're clearing out everything, you know, sending it back to the Godhead, what's not serving us, what hasn't worked. So all that matters is that we really learn from our experiences. As soon as we do, it really clicks, and it really clicks. And sometimes with the big lessons, it takes a lot of time, a few trials of really getting it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do this again. And it really clicks. It literally is, it's a shift in your consciousness. Okay. As anything, it's a shift in frequency. That's also why some people, you know, can't get one another, because they're just in different frequency bandwidths. But now we're all shifting to the same, all as one, to God source consciousness, whilst there are still differences. So it's both ends. Just as we're all unique, you know, again, we're like kind of separating as well as unifying. So we're all our own unique, sovereign, divine self, as well as the one. Both ends. That's the really important part I'm seeing with this whole experiment. Because we want to be in service to God, but still have free will. And it's not just about sacrificing ourselves, but also, you know, being looked after to bring balance to the field, to the consciousness, where everybody, you know, is contributing more or less equally. So, done. So the new earth realities are all about our inner alignment with that which we seek. So often people want change, but then they don't want to change. And they don't want change to happen, which is happening now. And I think we can all feel it. And I know it can be scary, but it's like, do you want change or you don't want to change? This is the ultimate quantum leap fully completed. Out of the false matrix, down. All these foreign realities, down. On behalf of all right? No one left behind, just clearing this all up. This is just a dream. We are awakening from the dream. There's no in-between, no rescue projects, no fallen timeline, ascension mountains, no. Not as I'm being shown. So it's all about like also needing to get out of our comfort zones now and jump all in. And also when I said about like, you know, just really now, I mean, once you know you are the avatar and this is not a real reality, it's a projection, a hologram. I mean, we're supposed to fly and teleport and everything. We can't be fearful. We do need to be fearless, limitless, boundless, you know, timeless, our eternal self, who can't die, who's never been born. You need to merge with that consciousness. If you want to be an avatar, you can't be afraid of not being able to pay your bills or being homeless. You just can't. It's just not, it just doesn't, it's discongruent. You know what I mean? You just can't. So I'm going to bring in one experience, and I think I touched on it in a previous video. But anyway, so years ago, when I split up with my partner, the father of my daughter, and I moved out of the house and with nowhere really to go to, no income. And my mother actually took out a loan, a small-ish loan anyway at the time. But it would have been enough for me to rent a room somewhere. But the thing is, I didn't have any income at the time, and I was connected to a spiritual teacher anyway. And I was called to go to a retreat for a weekend to Vancouver Island in Canada, and which would have basically and did cost all of that money my mom took out as a loan for me to rent a room. But anyway, I didn't even know, you know, first of all, a room wasn't really a solution to my problem as such, but also I didn't know how to pay it in the future, you know, in that moment. Anyway, I was called to go to that retreat. I went there, and then as I was supposed to take my flight back, and it was a very life-changing experience, the whole thing, because I thought I'd lost my mind, like literally, and I was close to breaking point. And then I just knew the one truth that will always remain. If you don't know anything anymore, it's like, I am divine love. It's like, okay, you're losing your mind here. What the fuck are you doing? It's like, I am divine love. Just keep follow the breadcrumbs. Even if you think you're absolutely crazy, what the fuck are you doing here? It's okay. Just remember the basic. your divine love. Anyway, so as I was supposed to take my flight back, I was receiving the message very strongly to stay and let the flight ticket back go. I didn't have enough money to buy another ticket, nor did I have enough money to stay for much longer at all, or know where I would stay. So anyway, long story short, I stayed for almost a month altogether. Also went to Salt Spring and then back over Vancouver. And it worked out. But it really was a pushing it from day to day, from miracle to miracle, not knowing really, what would happen and how I would get home ever. And, I missed my daughter and I was like not seeing my daughter for a month. And that obviously wasn't planned, but I also knew that, she was looked after. And anyway, I was just strongly shown this is, what you need to do. And in hindsight, I know the main reason why I needed to do that was to transcend any fears of survival. Because I was always shown, even if I didn't know, like almost sleeping on the streets, upturns the bed, at least place to stay, somebody's turning up, offering me help, something like this, money turns up. It always worked. But I kept pushing and pushing it. But each time I pushed through it, I cleared more fears. Because as you stay in it and you believe that you will be provided for, it has to happen. But you can't have, it's not that you can't have any doubts or fears or worries, but your belief and your trust overrides it. That's the overriding frequency. And we're at a point now where there is just no more doubt, worries, insecurities, because we fully have reclaimed our power, which is really us reclaiming all of our energy, all of our life force, all of our keys and codes, quantum, body parts, multidimensional selves, through this whole divine union and integration and healing and clearing process. So anyway, I was just guided to share this because it's just so important, because once you understand that you are carried, it will always happen. So especially now, many of us are being, squeezed, or, maybe bills come up or something, because it's just the matrix is collapsing and it will test you if you believe in it. So whether you have debt or, credit card bills or whatever, it's just you just don't need to worry about it. It's not that you should not look at it or deal with it. It's just that you know it's part of the dream and you don't need to have any fears of it. I've had loads of things financially over the years, and I literally can dissolve them or just clear them in the field through my consciousness. Because as you know, the rules don't apply to you, because you're holding the quantum field. You're the creator of all of it. You can play with the realities. But you need to tune into what is available to you in every moment. You're not supposed to control. You need to feel into what is available. The same as if you work with the elements. Because you are everything. That's what we're getting to. So total, you're just in love with everything, because everything is you. That's the state of divine love. But yes, we need to clear out any feelings of separation, all of this yearning and longing and anger and feeling separate. All of that needs to clear, and just know it for what it is. You just need to observe it. Don't attach, just let it all go. Just know it, it's just dissolving with the matrix right now, okay? Just flow with it. You don't need to suppress it. You don't need to resist it. I know it's not fun, but just keep back and keep deepening into love and who you truly are. 244. Okay? So surrender to the divine love bliss that you are at your core, and that's coming and hitting us and fully igniting our new realities and plasma bodies. Okay? Or through the heart, it's really returning our original essence, true essence, natural beingness, innocence, divine blueprints, plus upgrades. Okay? And you are what you think. So what you're watching, listening to, all of that, you don't need to control it, but just be mindful, because it constantly keeps programming you, okay? And whatever you believe about yourself deep down, that's who you are. So it's so important to become very aware, mindful of everything you think, how you're talking to yourself constantly. Okay? No longer giving your power away to anyone, anything, boundaries in check, discernment in check, discernment in check. Through your intuition, that's how you know. The more true you are to yourself, the more truth you will see everywhere and know what is true and what's not true. And your inner guidance system is everything. And we're fully being turned on right now. Okay, psychic abilities, knowing truth, seeing truth, no more bullshitting ourselves or anyone else. Oh, and about the reckless. So now you just create as the avatar in the game. And I said, like, just, I mean, literally anything, what I've done, for example, this example with the trip could be seen as reckless in a way. But then again, I think reckless, the only thing you really need to see is that, are you really hurting anyone, yourself or someone else with this? You need to really just trust your intuition. Okay, as long as you're not physically harming anyone, you know what I mean? I mean, again, the parameters you need to decide yourself. You know what I mean? But jumping all the way in really brings great rewards. That whole thing made me fearless, ultimately, at this really deep level with those big things. That I know I'm always supported, I'm always carried, as long as I'm in service to source and to the all, and keep following my intuition and guidance and heart and love. It will all reveal itself and make sense later on. So just don't hurt yourself or others. Otherwise, everything is really like, be mad right now, because this is madness. This so far has been madness. People living in fear and a false sense of safety that doesn't exist. We need to live life to the fullest right now as the avatar in the game that is fearless, that no, it has never been born, never dies. This is all an illusion. And with just infinite consciousness in a body. And we're going to have fun with this now. That's the only way we can ignite this. Again, it's not going to be handed to us on a silver platter. Here, please, it's your avatar body. Please put it on. I mean, it might happen in a consciousness like this. Did you get me? I'm actually going to leave another link of a sister who explains, as a little article written on her Lightbody activation, Kundalini activation, which I found really resonant and which I really loved. And she's really cool. She's on Twitter. So you can check that out. It might also be very activating. I'll leave the link below. So whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. This is key right now. Your belief system is your limit. Always. And that's really your DNA blueprint in your consciousness. Again, you don't need to force this, but I'm obviously here to try and break through any limiting programs and belief systems, aka belief systems. So the boxes are imaginary, the rules are made up. Okay. Who made the rules anyway? And just question all of your belief systems, where they're coming from. Most of them have been given to you. Why do you believe what you believe? Is this belief serving you? Is this really true? Is it based in love? Is it based in truth? Real truth? Ask the question. Empty your mind. Ask the question to source. That's the only way you really know truth. Okay? So the electrical peak is mid-May. That's the Lightbody activations. And basically, it's the annual period of the ascension wave during which many people experience Kundalini activation. So the spiritual awakening and expansion of consciousness is at its highest, okay? And the electromagnetic frequency of the planet. So let's tap into this timelessly. It's already you quantum align with it all, okay? It's already done. The hard work is done. I know it's done. I can relax now. The central nervous system is beautifully healing also through these activations. And through these activations, and the plasma light and waves and the elation. The cosmic mother really, like the whole interdimensional planetary stargate alignments, really merging us with the God worlds and these frequencies coming into the planet and into our bodies, healing our nervous system and the planetary and interdimensional Stargate system and grids. So it's all happening. Enjoy. Make it magical. The party is on. Okay. Let's dance. Let's make this fun. Again, we feel whatever we feel. I found today very tense. Again, there's a lot going on between the twin flames, I feel, and it's just, I mean, at the moment, just let go. Any expectations, any specific thing, any objectification, all, especially to the material world, you just want to surrender to source as your divine feminine, fully drop into your magnetic energy. Let source rebirth creation through you and the divine masculine, everything. Okay, step by step. Just keep asking the questions, keep emptying yourself, and keep surrendering, all of you, to source. That's you in full faith and alignment with divine will, and you will know what you need to know in every now moment, step by step. Okay. So thank you again for everyone who took part in the call on the 555 Eclipse Gateway. That was super freaking epic. Thank you to my divine masculine. Thank you to everyone watching. Thank you for all of your support. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Anyone who took part in the activation, if you want to leave feedback beneath, I'd love to hear as well. And yeah, just keep going with the flow. And keep surrendering, keep remembering who you really are, divine love embodied, and everything is this. Because once we have fully purified our mind and heart, which is happening right now, unified as one, remembered who we truly are, we are remembering the pristine heavenly realities that we're now going to project out. Because again, the universe is not local, it's not really real. Is reshift our consciousness fully, the reset of the consciousness, aka DNA, multidimensional blueprints, okay, is shifting our realities fully into a whole divine organic creatrix field, free of time, our diamond white body, 360 degrees, full multidimensional access, our orb bubble, travel vehicle, fully online, okay, superpowers, fully online. Imagine that. Keep going there. Keep clearing. Keep just being present in the here and now. Nothing to resist. Just feel it. As you feel it, keep releasing it. Okay. And then when you feel good, you feel good. You dance, you dance. If you want to cry, you cry. If you want to jump up and down, if you want to punch a pillow, it doesn't matter. Just feel. Okay. Keep flowing. Keep surrendering, especially to divine love, because nothing else right now makes any sense whatsoever. Resistance is indeed futile. Let the divine love wave fully take you over and change everything forever. It's time, out of time, to make the magic happen, the love magic, okay? So that's it. So much love, so many blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I see you there. Bye, bye, bye.